What is happening, everybody? And welcome once again to another episode of GKDR. I am your hostess with the mostest this evening, Garrick Bartholomew Eaton, and I am joined by two of my fellow friends. We are joined this evening by Twitch's very own DJ Senfer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, man?
Are you still streaming right now? Do you still have the Twitch's very own, or is Twitch's very own need to be on
I haven't
pause?
streamed in a few months.
I know we retire and then unretire that moniker. So
yeah, I mean, you can still say it. I'll be back streaming. I don't know when.
back.
I can't give you a date.
He doesn't know when, but he will be
I'm
back.
not gonna.
God, I have a
If I
horrible
gave you a
headache.
date, I'm not going back. So
That's fair.
I'll
That's
just
fair.
keep it.
Okay.
How's your Tuesday going?
Tuesday is going good, man. You know, ate some good food, ate some Wendy's, and you know now.
Nice,
Wendy's.
very nice. Wendy's
Yes,
slaps.
sir.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
And Wendy's
Hell
the other night
honestly,
too, actually.
Yeah, honestly, that's like you really can't go wrong with Wendy's. That sounds like
You
a.
can't.
Did you? Okay, I have one question for you. Did you sleep like a normal person yesterday?
Not last night, no.
No. So, give me the timeline. Hit me with the timeline. I'm always just, I'm always
stayed
curious because
up.
it's never the same.
It's never the same. So, because I stayed up finishing Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
So, and then I did the first few missions of 3, or the first 2 missions of 3. But then because I'm following a walkthrough. And I saw in the walkthrough that there was a thing I missed that's very important. And I can't go back to it. So, I'm going to restart it. But then,
Been there.
yeah, I'm gonna restart it probably tonight. But and then I just played Star Wars Outlaws all day today.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Well,
man.
yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I'm always curious as to how much sleep you aren't getting. We are also joined by another lovely friend this evening, the Shrine amongst the Ocean Shrine. Arnell Pearson, how are you doing tonight, baby?
What's happening, dog? Shark Daddy for Press 2024. It was work day. It's my Monday.
It was a work day.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
This week was also it was my Monday because I had yesterday off. But
yeah, I know.
It's always weird. It's always weird coming
It's
back
a bummer.
on Tuesday.
I typically have Mondays off, so it wasn't anything special for me.
Well, that's fair.
But on holiday weeks like this, we do work shorter shifts throughout the course of the week. So thankfully, I was able to go to work late and get off work early. So that was nice too.
Hell yeah.
But
Hell
I mean, work is work. You know what I mean? I got home. The unfortunate news, though, is that my lovely other half took a little bit of a tumble today.
Who knew?
Yeah. She unfortunately when she does like the fit video, you know what I'm saying, outfit of the day type stuff. Her and Arwen, our daughter, will place up the phone, do the little poses, little posy pose, and then that'll be like out front of our like apartment or whatever, and then boom, cute outfit, bam, lock it in, right?
Oh man, was there a mishap today?
This time, unfortunately, she accidentally stepped back and caught her leg on like the little like fence pole that they installed. They haven't finished putting up the little fence thing yet. So she tripped, fell back, and fell like right on her like tailbone and lower back on like the 2x4 framing at the base of the fencing. So just right there on the bottom.
landing.
Yeah, just really, really rough. And my daughter just didn't know what to do. So she was like, oh. It was just
That's
out,
fair.
dude.
That's fair. That as a reaction, like
was
that's a fair reaction. Honestly.
Crazy, dude. But I guess Winnie was concerned for the remainder of their day, pretty much. But she's in Maryland's in there recouping right now, just trying to relax and get some ice on it, take some ibuprofen, the usual stuff. So I'm keeping my eye open, make sure that she's all good and dandy. Devin
Hopefully,
said I saw the fall.
Hopefully, like best case scenario, it's like just a bruise something rather than a crack.
Yeah, I mean she's feeling a little bit of like a tightness. Like when you get like someone bonks into your car, you get a little bit of that like tightness in the back or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I mean she's taking it like a champ. She posted the video on her Facebook, and all the friends and family saw it. We're like, damn, that's fucking.
Oh damn! Because they were recording, so they recorded her taking the fucking.
Yeah, it was all on camera.
And
all
she
on camera.
and she posted it. What a trooper!
Yeah, just a
What a
fucking
trooper for posting
champion.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Really, just absolutely owned it.
Yeah. She was like, I don't know why people are so surprised. I was like, because you couldn't waterboard that kind of video out of me, like for real.
Yeah, no. That like I would have watched that shit. It would have been like deleted forever.
Yep.
Like
Forever
nobody's
and ever.
gonna see that.
No one will witness
ever.
this shame.
The secondhand embarrassment I would get from myself just watching that video would be enough for a lifetime.
Yeah,
but hey, we are not talking about that today. But what we are talking about is Xbox doesn't care about you. Sony only cares about the bottom line. Outlaws in space and much more, because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, and we are slashing through the podcast space to be your source of all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you guys want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to head on over, get it, or if you if you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions. And if you want some head, you can head over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen.
And just like that,
if you've spent all your credits. Yeah, exactly. If you've spent all your credits to another shop, that's totally fine. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have what, DJ?
Prime Gaming.
Yeah, you also have that, and we would love for you to give that to us so that we can level up our game. But hey, you can also support us by going over to our YouTubes, the channel there, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, and or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there.
YouTubes
review.
The YouTubes.
DJ,
what's up, brother?
There's some critical hits here, but I didn't edit them because I usually forget, as per usual. A new episode of the Shipwreck Show is now available. We talked about fall because it is upon us. So yeah, you guys can go check that out. And it was a very listless episode. It's like one of those episodes where we're just like, we just chatted. Like the vibes were very mellow yesterday evening.
I saw you guys were on some kind of, I don't know if 3 or 4 of you were inebriated or something, but y'all were very, very lo-fi YouTube video last night.
I mean, I tried my best.
I mean, you guys didn't do bad, you know what I'm saying?
I gave it my all. Yeah, no, it was definitely a lower energy episode. But hey, every once in a while, you need to have that. It wasn't like NPR or low energy.
I need chaos all the time.
Yeah, that does track. But hey, if you guys don't want chaos all the time, like Ernell, you can go watch the episode 134. I was just gonna 134. Yeah, you can go check that out. Merch is still coming. You can continue to bother Ernell.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
His personal.
Garrick, read what it says. Read what it says. Word for word.
Ernell is a beautiful, sweaty human.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says. It says
It says.
Oh
yeah, no. Ernell is a fart-sucking butt munch and always does shit fucked up.
Okay, for sure, yeah. I'll take it.
I'm pretty sure that's an exact quote. DJ, you're also looking at the notes. Can you tell me, is that exactly what it says?
I can't read, so I can't confirm nor deny.
That also tracks. Yeah, so that's we have that coming. Merch is coming.
Merch is coming.
If you really want to know exactly when it's coming, at Ocean Shrine on all socials, just bother him personally. His DMs are opening. He's probably going to close them on Twitter after this because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, we're going to private that right away.
But anyways, those are our critical hits because, that's them. Anyways,
there it is.
Yeah, there was critical, and
critical
we hit you with them, and now we're moving on. Or no, what are we moving on to?
We are moving on to the Meta Minute.
Meta
Mhm.
minute.
Yep, that's what I have.
Yeah.
That's what I had locked. and
It's
loaded
been a
for you
minute
today.
since we've been on the Meta Minute.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we just have two itty bitty news stories. One of them is ridiculously funny to me, that because we just talked about this last week, and we're going to talk about we're following up on it already. But hey, we'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, though, DJ, can you hit us with the first story, please?
Yes, I can. Souls-like Enotria delayed indefinitely on Xbox because Microsoft decided to ignore devs. This comes from Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. Giyama Games has indefinitely delayed the release of its Souls-like Enotria, the last song, on Xbox because Microsoft, quote, decided to ignore it. As reported by Windows Central, Giyama Games announced the delay just 2 weeks ahead of Enotria's September 19th, 2024 release date, and PlayStation 5 and PC versions will go ahead. The harshest words came in Discord posts following the reveal, with Giyama's CEO Jackie Greco saying, obviously they don't care about Enotria, and they don't care about you. Greco said Giyama has Xbox Series X and S versions of the game ready to go, but hasn't received support to actually release them on the platforms for 2 months. IGN has asked Microsoft for comment. Quote, despite our best efforts and the hard work of our dedicated team, we've encountered challenges that have delayed our release on the Xbox platform, end quotes, Giyama said in the delay announcement. Quote, we apologize for any disappointment this may cause and sincerely thank you for your understanding and patience. As a self-published indie studio, your support means everything to us, and we are dedicated to bringing Enotria to as many players as possible. It didn't explicitly blame Microsoft until fans started asking questions on the official Discord, at which point Greco didn't hold back. Quote, you can ask Xbox why they haven't answered us for 2 months, end quote, they said in response to one fan complaint. Obviously, they don't care about Enotria, and they don't care about you. Another asked for content on this, or another asked for context on this, to which Greco replied with, the context is open a store page and submission. We have Xbox Series X and X versions ready, but we can't proceed with submission and release. I spent a lot of money for porting, and they decided to ignore us. Development on Enotria seems to have otherwise gone relatively smoothly, though a short delay did push it from August 21st to September 19th release date. This announcement was accompanied by the release of an 8-hour demo, however, available to all PS5 and PC players only. Quote, Enotria, the last song, is a Souls-like set in a beautiful sunlit world inspired by Italian folklore, where the brightest sun casts the darkest shadow, end quote, reads the official synopsis. Wear unique role-altering masks, face formidable foes, and alter reality with the power of Ardor to unravel the secrets of Enotria.
Wow. Fucking A, man. what a way to...
This seems like a weird ball drop.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Like, I came across this story and I was just like, because I remember we all watched the trailer for this, and I know Ernell and I specifically were like, oh, this looks fucking pretty rad. Like, this is something I want to try. I mean, thankfully, like, we have other like console options available to this, but just the fact that like they're claiming, right, that the reason it's not even going to get released on Xbox at this point is just because Microsoft just hasn't gotten back to them, and that seems really fucking weird to me.
Yeah. I don't know if they like had potentially been measuring audience retention or like audience conversation around the game, if you will. It's strange because this doesn't typically come up in conversation in regards to video games being released ever. Like we never hear like a developer being like, well, we were gonna release this game, but PlayStation or Xbox decided to fucking not say anything, or they didn't reply to our emails. You know, it's fucking weird. The whole thing's weird.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a bummer. We were excited about this game, obviously, but I mean,
Yeah, I honestly just feel bad for Xbox players. Like just because like it just genuinely seems a little unfair. Like especially if that's legitimately the case. I mean, obviously, like take this with a little bit of grain of salt. This is information coming from a Discord. Even if it is the CEO, like it could just be. This could ultimately be like the postings of just a very angry CEO, right?
yeah,
But it,
right.
I just it was just one of it was just a very standout article to me because I feel like, as you said, these scenarios in particular aren't like the cause for like release delays.
Hmm.
Like I feel like this is very out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just kind of a bummer that like if this is like wholly the truth that Microsoft, what the fuck, just email them back for fuck's sake. Like they literally, it sounds like they literally developed the game on the platform already. Like they just need to get the store up front ready to go. Like that seems like a massive ball drop. But yeah, going like 2 months radio silence from Microsoft on a development project is pretty crazy. But like I also just feel bad for the developers, right? Because like they're if they're self-publishing this as an indie game, this at this point they've spent money developing it on a platform that they can't ever profit from.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, and
Yeah.
it's crazy too because like I was I was doing my usual sort of like day by day kind of online doom and gloom swiping, and
Right.
I noticed that uh there is some conversation around Xbox having not had released a whole lot of first party titles this year. After Hellblade 2, there's pretty much virtually been nothing for the remainder
Mhm.
of the year up until I'm pretty sure next month is when we get another one. Avowed got delayed. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like Xbox kind of needs wins here, and I'm a little bit shocked that they would kind of just fumble the ball on this. And I want Xbox to win. Like we want Xbox and PlayStation be able to roll out games and offer things to their audience and gamers everywhere that play on their consoles. I mean, we're about to dive into a different subject that is another worrisome ordeal here, but like it's strange that we live in a world where a massive multi-billion-dollar company would fumble anything like this.
Hmm.
Like because this isn't like a light like fuck up. Like we expect major fuck ups. We don't expect something as simple as, oh, the storefront's not ready, and they won't tell us when it will be. That seems like a
And like
seemingly such
Microsoft just left us on red. Like
it's just like a seemingly trivial thing for them to fuck up on. Like you'd think that like when this happened, this posting of sorts happened, that Xbox were like, "Yo, dude, whoa, chill. We're working on it," and then like said something, anything in the past 24 hours. That like, and I think actually this was over the weekend, wasn't it? I couldn't. I don't remember the time
this
frame, but
particular article is from this morning.
right. But I mean the events of what this article is talking about,
Oh,
right?
it seems like it's fairly recent,
Sure.
at the very least.
But
So
not recent enough that Xbox wouldn't have been able to do anything about it, right? So it's like at this
like
point now, it
there has
does.
been enough time that Microsoft could have said something.
If they wanted to, you'd think that they would have been like, "Yo, hey, listen, this is not what you think it is. There's just blah 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 going on." Like you would have thought that like. So now they haven't said anything. And so now it looks like these guys are right. Like they really are just
That's wild.
they're just ignoring that this game was supposed to be coming out. And I mean, and as Garrick, you and I know, in the process of say releasing music for a band, right? You don't get your web page ready. You don't get landing sites ready. You don't get merch store ready. Things like that. You're dropping bags. Like this is something that's so easy to fucking fix, and Xbox seemingly doesn't give a shit about this game. Period. Which is fucking butter.
Which is wild.
This game looks dope,
I've
dude.
definitely it does, and I've definitely heard the conversation about like that if you want to play a good Souls like game, the PlayStation is the place to do that, right?
Yeah.
And like them literally missing out on like an end like And it always just leaves like a sour taste not develop or not supporting an indie game too.
Mm.
Like these guys like are reaching out to Microsoft personally because this is like they're developing and publishing their own project. So like
Yeah,
really
man.
shows that you don't care about the little guy.
DJ, I don't know if you had any interest in playing this game, but do you see something here that we don't, or like does this give we don't give a fuck to you as
I
well?
don't know, dude. I mean, I'm of the mind that I'll probably just I believe more the CEO here, you know, because like of course it's an indie studio, right? And of course he's putting his game out on all platforms. It's just like this game was hyped up. We saw a trailer for this, I think, at the PlayStation showcase.
Summer Game
I'm
Fest, I
pretty
think,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
These either Summer Games Fest or
yeah.
yeah. So we saw this game. And so there's a decent amount of hype and decent amount of community around this game. So I just don't understand why you would leave this developer out to dry for 2 months
Mm.
leading up to its release, having them having to delay it for another month. And it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know if like maybe the correspondent they were responding to just I don't know, got fired or just wasn't doing their job or something.
Yeah,
Because
dude, motherfucker could have got laid off.
I mean, it
Yeah,
happens,
I don't
dude. I
know.
mean, even with my
Like
work,
for
like
real.
we'll have to contact vendors to like do different things, and like the guy that we had it contact with for a specific company will have quit or lost his job or
Yeah, 'cause
whatever, and they just won't
'cause
say
they're-
anything.
yeah, because they're you know, it's an indie game like I said, they don't have direct ties to Microsoft
Mm.
or Xbox. And it just doesn't there seems to be somewhere that they lost that like connection or lost the communication there. Because from what the quote's saying in the article, he's saying like, oh, it's supposed to be just open up the store page and put our game on there. It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like it is. So who knows? Yeah, I hope they get this resolved. I like more so more people can get this game and play it. Because it looks interesting. I probably wouldn't play it. It's not interesting to me, but like it's probably interesting to a lot of other people. So hopefully they get that resolved.
I love DJ so much. He looks cool. I'd never
Dude,
fucking play it, but it looks cool.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, I'm just saying it doesn't appeal to me, dude. I don't care
I
about
hate
Italy.
on it. It's
Okay,
alright. I get
those
it. I get
racist
it.
fucks over there. Who gives a fuck? Italy's pretty racist, man. You guys gotta admit, dude.
Holy
Italy
shit.
is like Italians are so racist. They don't even know.
He just moved on right from the French
Oh,
straight to the Italian.
Dude, a lot of
like we're
European
gonna
dude,
move on
Speed,
to
you
the
know,
next
iShow
story.
Speed, he's shown us that European
no,
countries
it's
are
true.
racist as fuck.
It's true, they are. I
Okay,
mean, the
still.
entire
Yeah,
Brexit thing
still,
was
okay.
fucking racist as shit, dude.
Garrett,
Well,
you
yeah,
can
well-
walk around over there. They might not like you because you're American, but they will tolerate you more than me or
No. I'm a redhead though, brother. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right.
That's like a
Right.
no. That's like a
Yeah.
no-no
That's
in
the
Europe.
no-no
Like, they
that's
don't
like-
like gingers.
Mhm.
So all of us here would be, definitely racially profiled or something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, they look at
Europe.
at DJ and say, "Oh, what's this Asian guy doing here?" They look at me and say, "Oh, what's this Mexican guy doing here?" They look at Garrick
No,
and be like, "Why aren't you in prison?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then they'll spout something
real,
about like
dude.
an immigrant problem. Like they might, there are all these different countries moving in here. Like,
Yeah. For
fucking
Jesus
crazy,
Christ.
crazy man.
Anyways,
Oh, how the fuck we derailed that so fucking hard?
yeah, I don't know how I let that happen, but I did. I leaned into it too. I bought into it with
Hey,
you
fuck
guys.
yeah, man. Fuck
I
yeah,
like
dude.
fuck it, dude.
I let myself get sucked into the DJ hate train. Wow. All aboard.
man.
Ernell.
That's okay.
they don't like
We're-
me, I don't like them,
what-
dude. That's the rule.
What do we got next?
My good sir, Garrick, what we have next is an important update on Concord from PlayStation and the game director from Firewalk Studios, Ryan Ellis. They give us a quick update on some unfortunate news with the new PlayStation game, Concord. And he says, Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PS5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th, 2024, and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. Holy shit, dude. While you determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game for PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. Thank God, give me my money back. Customers who purchase from other digital storefronts will also be refunded. More information about the refunds from Steam and Epic can be found below. Steam Store will refund players who bought the game over the coming days. Steam will send confirmation of the refund once it has been processed. Epic Game Store will refund players who bought the game over the coming days and will contact each customer directly to confirm that the refund has been processed. And other retailer refunds for customers who have purchased a physical copy at a retailer location outside of PlayStation directly. Please refer to the refund process of the retailer you purchased it from to obtain your refund. Once refunded, players will no longer have access to the game. We'll keep you updated, and thank you again to all the free gunners who have joined us in the Concord galaxy. And then talks
if you bought it from GameStop, you won't get that refund.
No, there ain't no fucking way you're getting that refund from
There's
GameStop.
no way,
dog.
dude.
No fucking way, dude.
Oh my god.
So this is fucking crazy. This is fucking wild, guys. So like,
Yeah.
I think it's
Bombshell
important
news.
that we go into this understanding that like we're not here to just be shitting on this fucking game left and right. That's not the goal here. The thing here that is fucking bonkers is that we have a game that PlayStation put millions of dollars into to create and to produce and to give to gamers everywhere. And they have now, because of reception to this game, have now put themselves in a position where they feel that it would actually be better to turn this game off entirely and just say fuck it. And that is just fucking bonkers, man. We have a situation here where video games are now at a turning point where if your game isn't running thousands upon thousands of players concurrent, there's a good chance that game isn't going to fucking last. That's insane to me, dude, especially because when we went into this game, even Devin, even, you know, like you guys, like we had conversations around why is this game not free? And it's interesting to me that PlayStation went this route of just shutting this bad boy off instead of transitioning to a free to play model. That's crazy to me. They said it would be better for us to just cut losses here and just be gone with this fucking game than it is to offer this game for free to people and potentially earn more of an income off a potential monthly, you know, ordeal or people purchasing skins or battle passes, what have you, right? This is fucking nuts, dude. Like, I can't believe PlayStation made this call, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude. I think it's bonkers, especially because like all we really get about like if the game could ever potentially return in any capacity at all is that they're basically taking the game offline to explore other options. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, that literally that it just sounds like a shut me up phrase. Like they're like, oh yeah, we might bring the game back. You're not. There's no way. Like, I will be shocked if this gets a relaunch. Like, everything about this smells like they're just gonna They're gonna cut it, turn it off, pull everything, and they're gonna cut it as a tax break. But the only way they can cut it as a tax break is if they completely pull it and they straight up delete that shit. It has to be delito, ejecto cedo, gone forever.
DJ.
I was gonna say, dude, there's just been, dude, right now, context of what's going on right now with the game because of this announcement, there's probably a rise in players, but you know what's fucked up? So, PlayStation players are chasing the platinum trophy for this game, and the fastest way to do it is to run off the map. So
I saw those clips.
So games are getting completed faster because every player is just committing suicide of their character by jumping off the map. That's the state of the game right now. So even if you wanted to play it right now before it shut down, everyone's gonna be trying to chase this platinum trophy. I believe, from what I've seen on Twitter, is it's like a suicide run, like how fast you can complete a game. So it's crazy because when you were talking about Ernell and Garrick, it might seem like crazy, but I think they had to do this because no one's gonna play their game, right? And I think it will just keep like sucking money from them if they kept it as an ongoing title. Because of course, keeping a game ongoing costs money.
Yeah, servers cost money.
Yeah.
Servers and upkeep costs money, and plus patches and skins and all this that also costs money to make and implement. So they've already spent like millions of dollars, maybe even like I've heard like some rumors that it's hundreds of millions, but we don't.
Dude, it was in
know.
development for 8 years.
That's what I'm hearing too. That it was like $700 million.
Yeah,
or something
8
like
years.
That.
And you know what was popping 8 years ago? When Overwatch first released, this was supposed to be the competitor to it, and throughout this development cycle, we've got different studios. And when PlayStation acquired Bungie, they asked Bungie, "Hey, how could you guys do a live service game? How would you guys do it?" And they got advice from them. Turns out Bungie just fucking sucks too with live service games. Look at Destiny right now. Also, they scrapped other games to get this thing to work. The Last of Us multiplayer game. We're never getting that because of this.
I can't fucking believe that.
A lot of games were sacrificed for this because PlayStation wanted this live service model. And I'm pretty sure this game would have released free if they didn't spend so much money trying to recoup it and trying to remake it into something that's palatable for all of us. So I'm pretty sure they has like, fuck, how do we even break even? They're like, fuck, everyone's at the board. How the fuck do we break even? Fuck it, dude. Set it to the original $40 price tag like Overwatch did, right? We'll set it at fucking $40 and we might get our money back if many people play. We just advertise it, push it hard, and it fell so flat. And they're like, fuck, the $40, they were not falling for it. We gotta just take it off.
Dude, the fact
I feel bad
chose
for
to
the
franchise
developers.
this.
Yeah.
Too.
And
like it's got an episode plan for fucking secret level. Like they franchised this shit before it ever even had the opportunity to succeed.
And the thing is, I just feel bad for the developers. They made a solid game. Me and Earl, like we were playing it and it felt solid.
We
it's just
liked it.
Also
had some issues, but
it's just also the it looks great, but the art direction and the direction for some of the characters weren't that appealing to everyone, and that's why people didn't try it out. If they went a different direction with the design of these characters that we're supposed to be playing and enjoying and being interested with, it's just it probably would have done a little bit better. But this game probably still would have died down the line, even so, right? Because of that $40 price tag, and I like, of course, that little line is like, we're holding it for something else. I hope it doesn't come back because there's been like people talking like, oh, if it comes back free to play, will people still like I think this should just stay dead.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
Like,
I'm with you, DJ. I think it's done.
Like,
Or no, you had
like
your hand up.
as much as I don't want to see like this happen, it's just it's better if it stays dead. PlayStation has to take this huge SL and move on because or Sony does. Sony just has to fucking take the L and move on. They already spent too much money. Just scrap it, like try to salvage whatever. And I just hope people don't lose their jobs over this, which is it's high likely they do. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. I think to kind of carry the point that DJ was sending home here, like there's we saw about, I want to say 3-4 years ago when PlayStation really started openly talking about this desire to start taking on live service games and how they felt that live service was the next step and all this. That was a big part of why they purchased Destiny in the fucking first place, right? They believed in this live service model that was starting to blow up there for a little while. And the thing is that we're seeing here now is that PlayStation didn't adjust to the times here. And I think that is pretty fucking nuts in and of itself because it shows how out of touch they were on the release of this game. Like they just did not have their finger on the pulse of the gaming community because live service games have effectively pretty much been not a favorite in the gaming community for a while now. It's been quite some time that people have been actively complaining about the live service model and how it's not serviceable. It's weirdly predatory for a lot of games. Like we've seen the conversations over and over and over again, and I can't for the life of me connect the pieces here of what PlayStation was thinking by going this route and overcommitting to Concord enough to make a deal to put Concord characters into an episode of a show that they fucking damn well knew that this game was on the fucking rocks, man. Like that is crazy to me how much they put on the table, how much they risked by doing this game, committing to that piss poor release window that they gave us with like the marketing that was all but absent. And they just, I just can't fucking believe that they took this route. This is the same company that has given us games like God of War and The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, and you're telling me the best they could come up with was Concord? Like, DJ, we played this game. We played this game. We had a fun time, and that was cool. But nothing else about this game gave us PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like the guys that just drilled the PlayStation 4 generation into the fucking ground, man. Like
this should have been scrapped, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why they spent 8 years trying to push it because they were shoveling
this
around. They were like, we need something, and like they asked Bungie, yo, Bungie, you think you can help us with this? They're like, yeah, of course, you just gotta do this, and they just implemented that, dude, and then like. And then now we see where Bungie's at, right? And then like they were trying to shop this thing around, and I don't think they ever got like a stable development. And you literally tell by playing the game like there's no like identity besides like making these characters and just having these cutscenes, because I'm pretty sure they spent more on the cinematics than anything else in this game. Because when you get down to it, like the game only has like a few modes and it has a cast of characters and like a few couple mechanics, but really for $40, you can't justify that at all.
Yeah.
I think Overwatch has way more content for free. You know what I mean? So like there was something that was supposed to be there and supposed to be hype about. It's just they couldn't generate it. They couldn't generate that hype. It's been in development for 8 years. Like I think this would have benefited from like advertising it years out. You know what I mean? Because didn't we first heard about Concord last year?
Yeah, like earlier this year, last year.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't on my radar personally.
We had a teaser of Concord last year at not Summer Games Fest. It was either Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards. And then we had a full-length trailer in the PlayStation Showcase this year. And that's all we've heard about this game.
Like, and it rolled out so quick,
8 years. Yeah, 8 years, and we're like, oh shit, like this new game from PlayStation, when hope maybe it's coming out 2025. We're like 2024 this year, September or like not September, freaking August. What? They've been developing this like secretly, and that probably would have generated hype. But like again, there's hero shooter fatigue, live service game fatigue in the gaming community right now, and it just sucks. It just sucks that we have to see this, but
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to take it out back.
Old yellow
You know what I mean?
Just
game,
like that,
dude.
man. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. As I feel bad for the devs more than anything, but
Yeah.
hopefully they get to move on to like better projects and they can just kind of leave this behind. But yeah, I hope Concord doesn't come back. Like we just all need to accept this is just a kind of a and move on.
Yep.
This is PlayStation's fault. This is Sony and PlayStation's fault. This is not the devs' fault.
100%.
This is
not
Sony and
Firewalks.
PlayStation's fault.
This is Sony's L, and Sony needs to wholeheartedly accept it. Like this is not the year to be like a mega publisher like Sony and like Xbox. Like it ain't it. It ain't like they're fucking up.
Yep.
They're fucking up.
Ain't that right?
Yep.
It's not fucking up
But,
though.
no, this fucking stacked fucking week games we have coming
baby.
out.
Let's
God
fucking
damn,
go,
there's
doggy dog. Let's go.
Woo! There is quite a few games coming out. If I remember right, we did through September 2nd last time. Like I think we did all the way through Monday. So I'll start on the 3rd today, at the time of this recording, and I will go through the 9th next Monday, the day before. Bear with me here. There's a lot of fucking games coming out. We're getting into the end of the year ramp up as the holidays commence. I love September. I love September like gaming season. So today we have releasing on PC GT Manager. We also have Harry Potter Quidditch Champions releasing on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox platforms, Switch, and PC. All platforms. Damn.
All of them.
We have Star Trucker releasing on PC, also on Xbox. Was literally just playing that. The casting of Frank Stone on current gen and PC. It's not next gen, it's current gen, folks. Make no mistake.
Yep.
Age of Mythology Retold on Xbox platforms and PC on September 4th. Whew. We're on to a new day now. Reckoning on PC, September 4th. We have Data Live.
Necro King. Yeah, not Reckoning. Necro King.
Reckoning. Sorry, I just thought I dyslexia that. Necro King. Necro King on PC. Data Live Ren Dystopia on PC on September 5th. Demon's Mirror on PC coming out on September 5th. Gimmick 2 on Switch and PC on September 5th. Star Wave coming out on Quest on September 5th. What the Car on PC on September 5th. Astrobot on September 6th on PlayStation 5.
Let's go.
NBA 2K25 on current gen, Switch, and PC on September 6th. All Xbox platforms, excuse me. We have Perennial Order coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox XS, and PC on September 6th. Railway Corporation. NBA 2K25 is September 6th also, by the way. Railway Corporation 2 on September 9th for PC. And last but certainly not motherfucking least, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 on current gen and PC September 29th. But if you are doing the Emperor's work, you will be able to play via early access on September 5th.
Fucking yes, I'm so excited.
I got a pre-order. I think I low-key might pre-order it just to play early.
I think I think I need to double check, but I think I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition.
I'm getting mine tomorrow. Let's fucking go.
So we might have to squad up on Friday night and do
yeah.
for the Emperor.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Let's do it.
But hey, we're not talking about Space Marine 40K this time around, but we are going to be talking about some space shit, more space shit. It's we're talking about space things. Space things are kind of sci-fi is kind of making a resurgence. But we're going to talk about exactly what sort of sci-fi stuff we're getting into in just a second. DJ, what are we doing for our last segment of the night?
Well, we got our loot, complete all of our side quests. It's time to hit the end game.
We're going into the end game.
Endgame.
We are doing the thing tonight. We have a review, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and thins. We are doing a group review this evening. I personally haven't had the opportunity to go hands-on, so I will just be conducting the review and guiding our peoples alongs.
Absolutely.
And we will be doing a spoiler-free review of Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes, sir.
We've talked a lot about this game, mostly poking fun at it extensively. Now, you guys have had the opportunity to sit down, go hands-on with it, and I'm hearing it's not as bad as we all hoped. But let's find out for sure. Ernell, I would like to start off with you, since you took the time off the episode yesterday to make sure that you were able to sit down and get a healthy amount of time with the game.
Nerd.
I bet you fucking DJ already has. I bet you DJ has more time on the clock than you still, though.
I ran credits, but maybe.
Did you really?
All
right.
I finished
roll
again.
credits.
I finished again.
That's crazy.
What the
well,
fuck?
then what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of wild. Well, then, without further ado, Ernell, your top level thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws.
My good sir. Well, so this game is not as bad as they made it out to be completely honest with you. I actually had a pretty fun time with this game. It has some problems, but this game is nowhere near the hot, stinky poo-poo pile of shit that I thought this game was going to be.
We were all worried. We were all
worried. And don't get me wrong, there's some stuff that I do feel that is left to be desired, but I will get there. In the meantime, we have our game here as a wonderful extension of the Star Wars universe. We have a plethora of new characters, including our main character, Kay Vess, who is a person who pretty much is stuck in the world of underground Star Wars. She's tied up with criminals, owing debts, all this other bullshit, and she's just trying to break free of the underworld that as she knows it. Get away from these syndicates, these mafias, all this other stuff. And the process of doing so, one very specifically a crime group called Zarek Besh are chasing after her. And in the process of doing so, she stumbles across a group that have one job that could potentially give her all the credits that she needs in order for her to make her way far
final
away.
Heist, right?
The one final heist. Yeah. Well, and it gets better than that, man. I'll tell you what. She gets involved with this group. They cross paths with a boo-boo bad guy. Big old scary bad guy that is the leader of the Zarek Besh group, known as Sliro. And Sliro is this very, very posh rich man that has a whole lot of money and a lot of things that he wants to do with it. And in the process, she unfortunately gets caught in the middle of this heist and now has to make a crazy attempted escape away from everybody as she crosses out and goes on her way from there. And our story opens up from there, pretty much. We get a bunch of crazy different scenes of Kay escaping from this planet where Sliro is, goes on her way, runs into, effectively a little bit later on, runs into another person who says, hey, look, this Sliro guy has even more shit in that vault. We need to get our hands on it. I'm hiring you to do this heist. If you want to escape and you don't want to get caught anymore, you got to do this heist for me. But before you do, you got to get a team together, baby. And that's what I was like, let's fucking go, because I am such a fucking sucker for
Ocean's 11
movies, video game, Fast and like any of the shit that gives us a whole.
They legit Ocean's 11 to you,
dude, and it's so fucking good because in the midst of gathering the folks, your team, your crew, if you will. We're meeting new people, doing a bunch of different missions to help these people take care of their stuff before they join the team. All sorts of stuff there. But the heist story elevates to something much, much more than just this heist thing, then connecting us to the greater Star Wars universe, even bigger than what they at all made it seem in the game. So, yeah, I think that I had way better of a time with this game than I ever could have possibly imagined. The story is fun and fulfilling, I feel like. There are some characters that I felt were they probably could have been better, but it's Star Wars, right? So it's like these are going to be Star Wars ass characters. However, I think that what this game does well is actually it acts best when it is just a Star Wars game. Because we have so many different characters and places and things to do that are so Star Wars. Like you can gamble on effectively horse races and earn money that way. You are stealing things from people because you need to do like a fetch mission and you can't do that. You are actively taking care of your little side pet thing named Nyx, who is this cute little like axolotl armadillo fusion that's like smashed together into this cute little dog sized fucking thing. I love him. I love him so fucking much. And you can pet the dog. You can pet the dog in this. It is you can pet him a lot, actually.
You can pet multiple. You can pet different ones,
multiple different dogs. Well. You can also eat soup with him. It's fucking great. Like there's a restaurant you can run into in the game where you actively have to do like a soup thing, and he earns like a
QTE. It annoys me, but it was cute.
It was cute. It was really, really cute. Yeah, dude. There's a lot to do in this game, which I'm sure DJ here will have a little bit more information to do on, because I did some of the side stuff, but I just cruised through the main campaign on this so I could try to get it done as fast as possible. But even the side stuff that I did play felt full and felt not so much just thrown to the wayside. The side stuff did feel important, and it felt important into the growth of your character and gaining new equipment and being able to do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do unless you did do the side content. There's some things that I ran into during the main campaign that I wasn't able to access certain doors or certain things because I didn't do the side stuff. There's like certain items and tools that are available to you if you do the side things to earn those materials and stuff.
Right.
What I will say though is that this game is very much made by Ubisoft. The mechanics and gameplay of this game feel like Assassin's Creed with Star Wars kind of put onto it. And that kind of, I guess, works for this because we're playing as like a thief. But I've never played or like seen Star Wars or played a Star Wars game and thought, wow, God, what I need in this game is to be able to scale walls. That has never run through my brain ever in my entire like history of experiencing Star Wars. Wow, wouldn't it be great if they rock climbed in this? And so like there's things that just feel like Assassin's Creed Odyssey in terms of being this huge multiple open world sandboxes for you to explore and do things in, and just kind of scaled up bigger. It's Ubisoft. It's a Ubisoft game for fucking sure. I do say too that the gunplay in this game, I'm sure you guys might have heard of this issue. The gunplay leaves a lot to be desired. Enough so that you are actively trying to avoid doing gun confrontations because they're kind of boring and not all that fun. So you pretty much get an option in almost every single encounter to either do a gunfight sort of scenario, just go in guns a-blazing, or you can stealth your way through a different dungeon or area, if you will. And you kind of get the option actively to choose which way you want to go with that. But 99% of the time, I just chose to stealth it, to just sneak around, because I just didn't want to have to deal with getting fucking worked by 20 guys in front of you with laser blasters, all pummeling you, even though that you're taking cover, because a lot of the mechanics are take cover shooter-esque. But they kind of alleviate things. They try to alleviate things, excuse me, by adding things like this instinct mechanic, where after being shot at or shot towards or hit with other people's guns or whatever for an amount of time, Kay gets the ability to sort of freeze time for a moment, and you can mark people and kill all the people that you marked. Red Dead Redemption, pretty much.
That's crazy that
Yeah.
that's a feature that's like something that's left to be desired, considering this game was developed in Snowdrop, which is the same engine for fucking The Division.
Right, exactly. Which is why it feels, I don't know, man. I'm. It's crazy to me that they didn't double down more on that, especially on a Star Wars game that people knew wasn't going to be Jedi. They knew it wasn't going to be, some crazy thing. So you would have thought that they would have doubled down on the gunplay being a little bit more than what it ended up actually being. And even with the kind of things that they do add, it wasn't good enough for me to send home about. There's also a very deep, big issue that's going around the internet currently, where when you pick up secondary weapons from enemies and you do anything with that weapon in your hands, your character drops the weapon. Kay just drops it. So if you go to melee somebody, drops the gun.
I've heard that.
If you go to climb a wall,
that.
she just drops the gun right there where she started climbing the wall. It's a huge pain in the ass, massive fucking pain in the ass. But on the other hand, though, they do some really fucking cool things, like the speeder stuff. You get a little speeder bike pretty early in the game, and that's what you're using to traverse this open world sandbox for each individual planet that you go to. Speeders are fucking cool. Speeders are always cool in every fucking game. I wish it went a little bit faster, but you do get like a boost thing for it later on. But it's fucking cool.
It. It's like there's an upgrade system.
I only got one of them. I only got one of the upgrades, but and the ship too. And the ship stuff is actually really cool too. They pretty much inserted Garrick, that Star Wars fighter game that we played just a couple years ago, dude. Was that Star Wars Rogue?
Oh shit. So I'm spacing Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Rogue Squadron. So they effectively inserted some Rogue Squadron stuff into this game. So now we have this open world sandbox. We have multi-planet travel. We have speed bikes. We have gunplay. We have space battles that you're able to actively do. There's space pirates trying to attack and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you are not actively landing and exiting planets on your own. It is just a hidden loading screen. You get close to it and you say, "Oh, do the landing," and then it does the landing for you. Unfortunately,
way better than
it's crazy.
Still better than Starfield.
I'm glad that they did it. I have seen the animation for that, and I'm not shocked that that's the route they took, but it is still absolutely mind-boggling to me that I have only played one video game in my entire life that has actively let me launch and leave a planet at will and it actually feel good, and it's No Man's Sky.
Yeah, 100%. No Man's Sky fucking pulled it off beautifully.
They're the only, regardless of whatever the fuck else No Man's Sky is going on, they got that one thing exceptionally right.
Yeah. They do still have some cool space stuff in this. The space battles are really, really dope. There is a final encounter in the game, like the end of the game, that involves directly with space battling. That is some of the sickest shit fucking ever. Which leads me
Star Wars dogfights.
Which leads me to say, it took me about 26 hours to finish this game. And some people were saying, "Oh, you could do in 15 to 20." Fuck that. I was fucking up left and right, dude. Because this game doesn't really kind of lead you in the right way of things very well. It just kind of you have to listen to conversations that she's having and just kind of depict, oh, that's the next thing that I have to do, and just remember it in your brain. But the last 5 hours of this game is so fucking dope. Is mega fucking dope, dude. There is just so much shit that happens in the last 5 hours of this game, including like 2-3 really big fucking reveals, a massive story twist, a really dope like entire ending level scenario upon this like ship that you're on. It's fucking nuts, dude. I really loved the last 5 hours of this game, while I kind of just really aggressively liked the rest of the game, which is why this game isn't, I by no means perfect, but it was cool. It was a cool experience for Star Wars, for what they were trying to offer this. I just really fucking wish it wasn't Ubisoft that made it, because you can just tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I definitely like, even looking at the game and like obviously like, I haven't personally played it, but seeing other people play it, I was like, this looks like it's Ubisoft formula. But it sounds like it subverted quite a few expectations for you, like overall, though, Ernell, and that's fucking great. We love it when games do that, especially ones that were like really quite concerned about. I'm very curious to see if your guys' opinions might shift Devin's opinion into actually, because I know he's like the most disinterested.
Yes.
This might be one that like I ultimately end up saving like for myself, to like maybe I'll put it on like the Christmas list and like let a family member buy it for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, sort of thing, and I'll play it that way. But hell yeah, I'm glad that you had a good time. On the flip side of things, DJ, what has your experience with Star Wars Outlaws?
How many hours have you
top
put
level
in already so far?
I can't even tell.
Okay.
It doesn't tell me.
Okay, for sure.
So since Ernell was mainlining this review and golden pathing it, we agreed, me and him had a discussion about, I'll stick to doing side content and see how that goes if you mainline the story. And so that's what I did. So you go through a prologue, and then you crash land after a heist. You crash land on a new planet. And I have not left this planet yet. So mostly has been on this planet. So it's really sick. I'm actually having a blast playing this game.
Hell yes. Hell fucking yes, dude. That makes me so happy.
The only thing, the reason why is playing the side content and understanding like the world that you're set in, and that K-Vess, your character, is just a thief. And if you play it like you're playing Splinter Cell, I think you have a way better time. Instead of, and I wish they didn't advertise it as, oh, you can do whatever you want. That's definitely not the case, especially when it comes to any type of encounters involving combat. The thing with the gun thing, I think that's on purpose, because it's not. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's like have you ever played Mirror's Edge? Or
yes,
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
You know, like you can pick up a gun, but like the core gameplay is just running and parkouring.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
You can't pick up a gun. Like after you run out of ammo, you ditch it. Like it's one of those type of games how they approach combat, right? You can pick up a really good blaster, a sniper blaster. You can pick those up. You can have Nyx fetch it after you neutralize a guard, but you only have a certain amount of like fucking blaster munition in it. You don't get to keep it, because that's not K-Vess's style. She's not trained in combat. She's a thief. So it makes sense that she would just ditch the gun if she didn't need it anymore.
For sure. Yeah.
So, but I can see why people want to be able to do that, because she also has the Splinter Cell, Conviction, or Splinter Cell Blacklist and Conviction, the fucking mark thing, the Red Dead Redemption mark, so she can do something.
Jedi.
So it's definitely confusing, and that's what I think this game is lacking in. It's lacking in direction and what it wants to be. Because if from the jump this was like, oh, you gotta sneak around, be a thief, use Nyx, distract guards, take them out, and focus on the stealth, I think this game would be way absolutely way better. Instead of trying to open it up Ubisoft style, like, oh, you could approach it however you want. approach any situation how you want when it doesn't work that way. Kay Vess as a character doesn't work that way. The way the game's built, it doesn't work that way either. So when you get to this first planet, you actually run into 3 factions. The Pikes who actually run this planet, the Pike faction, they run this planet, and they run I think the central hub in this planet. They're the biggest city in this planet. And then there's also the Crimson
Dawn.
Desert. Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
And the Hutts. So the Crimson Dawn and the Hutts don't really have that much influence here, so most of the areas are Pike controlled. So once you crash land on this planet, you play this first mission, and basically you get data on a potential coup, a usurping of the Pike leader that leads this city. And so once you find that data and you go back to your fixer, basically, your the person who gives you the job, you could and you find out you've been employed by the Crimson Dawn, and they wanted like this specific thing. They were just trying to test you. But in dialogue, it will freeze and be like, "Oh, do you want to tell the Crimson Dawn that they found data about this potential coup and help this character usurp this the main guy, the big boss, or you can withhold this information and go tell the big guy himself." And that is what plays into the reputation system. So the reputation system, you have a reputation with each of these factions.
Yep.
All starting off at poor, and I think there's the red is like, oh, it's on site when they see you. If they see you, you're getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor is like, we don't really know you,
neutral,
but like,
yeah,
that technically is neutral, but like they're not gonna let you into their spaces. And then there's good, where they're like, oh, you can walk freely around Pike space, walk freely around these areas, and you have access to our exclusive merchants who give you a discount. And then you can go to the highest level of reputation. I forgot what it is. I think it's excellent.
There's excellent. Yeah.
There's excellent, and then there's max. So there's excellent. It's like you get more benefits. Oh, you get a free item, and you get an extra discount at their stores, and then if you max out, you get like exclusive costume to that faction.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of rewards for you if you decide to build up reputation with these factions. Now the thing is
I did hear.
Yeah.
I have a question about the factions, DJ.
Yeah.
I hear it is basically impossible. You cannot max all 3 factions at the same time. Like you are actively pissing off at least one or more of them by increasing with another.
I don't know if that's entirely true, only because of what I've seen on other planets, because these factions also exist on other planets later on, and you can do missions that don't necessarily involve anything to do with the reputation of other ones. I don't know if that is enough to max it out, but yeah.
No, I'm gonna say you're wrong there, or no, because I personally, because the side content on the first planet, there actually opens up avenues that I thought were really interesting. So like, the Crimson Dawn has been wanting to take over more of this planet's territory, and that's why you got that option in the beginning. But there's also some side content where you can do some side jobs. Like you actually just be walking around, and then someone will be like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And then you just walk up to an NPC, and they're like, "Hey, man, we got this problem. This will really help the Pikes out, or this will really help blah blah blah." And you can take it, and you get intel, and then you can just investigate it yourself. And in my playthrough, I saved my information, and like I helped the Pikes, so I got a better reputation with the Pikes.
I did.
And I was able to move around in the Pike area, and then the thing is, you can go around these areas. If you start acting a fool, they'll be like, "Yo, whoa."
Yeah, you can't steal shit. You can't be fucking
steal
around
shit.
With stuff,
like it's not like complete access. You're still, you're still being watched.
You're a guest.
Yes,
you're a guest. We'll let you in, but there's a secret area through a vent that goes into a vault, and then I found information about, oh wait, this vault is activated by 3 key cards.
Did you
And
get
now
all
I
three?
have on
Did
my
you get all
map.
three?
I got my second one earlier
Nice.
before the
I got
show.
the first
but
one. I was like, fuck, that was hard. That was so hard.
Dude, and you're actively infiltrating Pike territory, even though you have a good reputation. You don't want to see them sneaking around. So I haven't got that far, but I believe like I love this gameplay loop of like playing for yourself, right? And your best interests at heart. And you just kind of wheeling and dealing these other factions just to get the things that you want. And also sneaking around and doing a little bit espionage, a little bit of sabotaging, or no.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna let you finish. I was only wanting to clear up. So the biggest reason mainly that I was saying I don't know for sure if it's possible, not possible to max out all these things, because you do run into more of them, more of these syndicates on other planets. Like the next planet you go to literally after that has a brand new syndicate that you're introduced to, and their planet has maybe, I don't know, 2 of the syndicates from the last planet included, and then a new one on top of that, that you can do things for that. As you kind of progress into certain parts of the story, they allow you to do another choice thing like that, where you can either say, for example, do this thing for this person and that'll piss off this guy, but make them really happy, just like you did there. Or you can do this choice and it doesn't change anything for anybody, but you won't get this thing. And so, like, there are multitudes of different
But
scenarios that runs into.
I was saying it's probably no, because you can't do it on one planet. You can't max it out on one
for sure,
planet.
for sure. Garrick.
You can I did a little quick research just to confirm. You can independently reach max rank with every faction available in the game, but you cannot hold max rank for all factions at once. And they actually say don't worry about holding max. Like literally every time you're doing jobs for other people, like it's going to upset another faction.
Gotcha.
And like that's just part of the game. Like it's in an ebb and flow.
For sure,
But you can individually max each reputation to unlock the one-time rare outfit.
Yeah, one time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you can just let it hang. But yeah, it and the thing is, like, it's super cool. I love this loop, but like, here's where I go with some of my or actually before I get down to it, like some of the side content is really sick. I really enjoy the horse racing, like the betting on horses. You can also find areas where like they rig the horses, so then you could bet on that horse on the next time you go to that stand. And
it's fucking wild.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's also different there's this card game called Sabak, which
So
I'm
cool, dude. I love that
fucking
game, bro.
love
It's
Sabak,
so good, dude.
I played Sabak from the old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think it's the same idea, but I think there's some layers, dude. I don't know what it is about Ubisoft games, but when they add like a poker style game, they always hit. They always hit, dude. Because this game, like these Sabak stands, so like this, it's all fleshed out. Like, basically, you're supposed to get the lowest number. Like the cards range from 1 to 6. You're supposed to get the lowest, right? But a sabak is when you have 2 cards that are the same. So you have a sand card and a blood card. So you have, and that's dealed out to you, and you basically want to get closest to just have a 1/1. That is a prime sabak. 6/6 is a cheap sabak, and that's like rated less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's also different. There's also 2 different cards. There's a Psylop, which is a rare card that is that has precedent. It's like the fucking, it's like the ace or whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically whatever card you have, like let's say you have a Psylop sand card, whatever blood card you have will the Psylop card will equal that, and you'll get a Psylop sabak. And then if you have 2 Psylop cards, That is like the rarest of the combinations, and so that's like a fucking royal flush, dude. You get all, you take it all. And then there's like this like put your token down to draw mechanic, and it's definitely it's pretty intricate. And I've been like wasting my credits going into this sabak
So
sabak
fucking
tables,
sweet,
and then
dude.
in some faction areas have their own sabak tables, and then you can play like in Sabak, you can play these shift tokens basically, which like alter like they're basically like power ups. You could be like, oh, refund me 2 of my tokens, or the next card I draw won't cost anything, like type of thing. You get 3 of those shift tokens throughout a match, and so like if you visit more of these Sabak tables, you'll gain different shift cards if you win. You have to win to gain to add more shift cards
To
to
add
your
to your
deck,
deck.
and some vendors even sell shift cards as well.
Mhm.
Also, you can unlock requests from vendors. This is like it's part of your um, ability tree. If you get like a certain amount of items and stuff, you can go to certain vendors have requests for you. So like it'll be like a long list of items, and if you grab that, you get an exclusive item from them. Um, it's really sick. I thoroughly enjoy like, and there's just so much to do, especially when you're just walking around. Like NPCs will call out to you, or like let's say you get some intel about some counterfeit credits. People are shoveling around some counterfeit credits, and they'll show you like a marker in like a market area. They're like, hey, find out like who's shoveling the counterfeit merch or counterfeit credits, and you can just like go around and you talk to a merchant, and like it'll just be like a regular merchant, and then you sell something to him, and then boom, KVS is like, hey man, this is counterfeit, you can't give this shit to me. And then it kickstarts, oh shit, the merchant's like, oh fuck, I got this at the back of a fucking soup kitchen, like they were doing stuff. And then you're like, you go investigate the back of the soup kitchen, which is
That's
guarded
so
by
rad.
the Crimson
Yeah.
Dawn. The Crimson Dawn, which I don't have a good reputation with, so they won't let me in the back of the soup kitchen. So I have to find a different route through a vent and lockpick a door into the back of the soup kitchen. And I got the thing, but it doesn't complete my quest. There's still more. So then I open another door, and then I'm in a Crimson Dawn cave. And then there's enemies all over the place. I'm not welcome. There's restricted areas. So now I have to wheel and deal and stealth it out and try to deactivate defenses so I can get past this huge vault door that might have the thing that I need to complete the quest. It's it's so good, and
And
that's a side
That's
thing.
one side
That's
thing.
one side mission, and it's not even like, so. There's 2 different like sections that I've unlocked so far. So there's like if you check your journal, there's like a top portion where it's like the main mission,
Mhm.
and there's like a side faction mission. So like think of in Cyberpunk, think of like there's the main mission, and then there's the side missions, and then like next column down, the gigs. That
Yeah.
was basically a gig.
That was
Damn,
a
So
okay.
gig. Yeah.
yeah. So and like as you're doing this, you're wheeling and dealing, and it's so addicting, because I'm like, fuck, it's leading me here. I gotta go here. Now I gotta stealth that out. And it gets really tense if you treat this game like it's a stealth game. Um I do have my gripes about it though. And again, the combat, for it being a stealth game, it's more stealth than action if you want to get things done. Um it's because uh, as much like the combat is serviceable, it's just point, aim, click.
Yeah.
There's like a your blaster overheats, and there's like a little thing where like if you hit
The
it, like a
reload
Gears of War,
timer. Yeah.
it's like like Gears of War. Like if you time the reload, like you get to fire again immediately instead of it just
Oh yeah,
overheating.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
There's like a sweet spot on the bar.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
yeah. And there's no cover system, so you're kind of just like just sneaking around and
You're just
hoping
Yeah, that you're
you're not getting
behind a wall.
spotted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
behind a wall, behind a
Mhm.
box. There is tall grass where you can
Mhm.
hide in, and there's like, do that. Um there is not any melee combat. The most you can get is just like a fucking fucking right hook.
Just
But like
throw
if you go
hooks,
it's like yeah, but like if you go behind, there's not like an assassination. It's kind of just like, oh, tap your shoulder, boom, sucker
yeah,
punch the guard or whatever, and it's not that satisfying. There's no hiding body mechanic either. So like if any
nope,
guard walks by a dead body, you're like, huh, what
Rip.
the heck?
They're
yeah,
just
Yeah, but like you're
immediately on
not.
alert.
Yeah, they're on alert, but then
yeah.
like they'll stop afterwards. They're like they don't even care about the guy who
We
just like
lost
passed
her.
out over
They
there.
they say that a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. So it, like I said, it
The
doesn't know what it
stupid
wants to
AI.
be, and I feel like if it focused on just being a stealth action game instead of trying to be a full-on Star Wars experience, then I think this game would have been better off. I know you like the speeder right now. I don't hate this fucking thing. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's weird on PC because my mouse moving left to right turns it, but also A and D turns the speeder, and I can't accurately dodge. I don't know what the dodge button is. Like it's like it's
it's
weird,
Q and
dude.
E. It's Q and E. Oh no, Z and C, Z and C.
Z and C, yeah, like or no, it's like Q and E or some shit, dude. And
Well,
it's like
there,
fucking
I've because they had the same thing for the ship too. So I think the speeder's Q and E, but the ship is Z and C. It's fucking weird.
yeah. So like on PC, it's definitely a really weird controls. It's not a weird control scheme. Like so, um, Nyx actually the little pet character also does a lot for you.
In
You can
combat,
have him
yeah, yeah, and outside of
fetch
combat too.
weapons, fetch items. Let's say if there's like a ladder, but there's like a control panel that's like or a ladder that's hung up, right? You can like, hey Nyx, press the control panel and it'll like drop the ladder down for you
Hmm.
and stuff like that. In most instances, um, and Nyx can also distract enemies, so you can like have them like distract them behind them, and then you can sneak up, bam, wham, bam. Um, and Nyx also has like this I call it just fucking Smeagol vision, because it's
Yeah,
not Eagle
yeah,
vision. Uh,
yeah.
like
Smeagol vision.
Nyx just sends out this like ultrasonic pulse or whatever, and like it kind of sort of highlights enemies near you, but it's not really a thing. You have to actually use your binoculars and mark them if you really want to keep track of your enemies. Ubi's very Ubisoft. Um, Nyx is really cool. I fucking love this little pet guy. If you point your gun at,
I love
I
him. I
know you
love him
guys
so
seen the
much.
clip. If you point your gun at him, K-Vest will go bang, and then like he'll fake get shot and like roll over.
Oh, he
It's
He's
so
plays
really
dead.
cute.
cute,
That's so
dude.
Yeah, he
He's
funny.
really
plays dead.
fucking
Yeah,
cute, man.
he's really cute. Like your interactions with Nyx are just like honestly make the game as well. Because the game has so much charm and personality, and I love that. You guys know I love that. It has so much charm. I feel like Garrick. I feel like you would love this game too, just off the charm of it alone. Like I think it's very charming. It's very like lighthearted Star Wars. Like it's not cringy or corny. It's just right. It fucking
Dude,
plays that line
Yeah, yeah.
Star
just
Wars
Agreed.
is
right, dude.
lighthearted.
Agreed.
Yeah. And like but it
There's a
plays that line because
there's a
sometimes it
goddamn
could dip
character
into
who literally
corny.
speaks and like
Yeah.
yells.
Yeah, like but like you know how like some Star Wars things or some things can dip into corny or cringy, you know,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? But I feel like this game just rides that line perfectly, dude. And I just fucking love it. And the atmosphere, especially in that first city, or no, dude, walking through that city, it feels so lively. There's so much happening. You
Oh
like
yeah.
they'll even like if with the subtitles it'll show you like, oh, someone's talking about this. There's even points where like you can sit at a bar or like sit near a bench and you can eavesdrop on conversations. Like I sat on a bench in this like random outpost town, and like a criminal and a smuggler were talking to each other, and they're like, yeah, I got this fucking box, I hid it on the roof, and it's filled with this fucking black market shit. It's gonna be a fucking fortune, we're rich. And then you can go and snatch that fucking shipment from them after
Sure
eavesdropping.
can, dude.
It's
Sure can,
and
man.
that's just a random thing. That's like nothing pointed me there. I saw an interaction on the bench. I was like, oh, I'll sit on this bench. And it just happened. Like a lot of these things just like flow, and it's so addicting. Or no?
I did want to just back up for a second too in regards to the controls of this. So I actually played this both on keyboard and mouse as well on my DualSense Edge controller. I will say that when I transitioned to the controller, the combat did feel better. because of DualSense Edge's haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers and stuff like that. You feel the blaster a little bit better when you're doing it with the controller. I did end up enjoying mouse and keyboard a little bit more. And so I ended up sticking with mouse and keyboard for the remainder of the game because the combat was something that I was actively avoiding because I definitely, just like DJ, I leaned way further into this just being a stealth game rather than a tactical take cover shooter, which is, it kind of tries to get you to lean into that, but it's just so janky that it doesn't work.
She attaches to cover.
Yeah, because she goes up to the box, she puts her hand on it, right? And then you're okay, you're
it's
in
not
cover,
like a true cover system. Like, you're not sticking to it.
Yeah,
right?
it's
move away from it. It's
a little janky. But I bring that up because for Garrick, in terms of you'll probably end up playing this on your PlayStation if you do.
More than likely,
it's a good place to do it is with the controller, because I think that some of the immersiveness of the game, you can feel it a little bit better with that controller. So I just want to make sure that I pointed that out too. So
yeah.
I don't know. Are we ready to talk about ratings, DJ?
I think for like just based off of like your no, I pretty much tried to ask him as I came along.
We covered a lot
on yeah, you guys covered a lot. If anything, like if anything was like glaring, like, oh, I really want to know about this, I would raise my hand. But based off of like what you guys have said personally, as someone who hasn't played this, I think I'll probably end up enjoying this probably about the same amount of you guys did, because like I really liked the Ubisoft Avatar game, which is just Far Cry but Avatar, right? And this it's just like, but I understood like the assignment when I entered the game. I was like, oh, if I play this game with this mindset and just go around and do Avatar shit, I'll have a great time. And I did. Yeah. I basically, I plugged my little braid thingy into the fucking Sky Raptor bird thing and fucking fucked off and killed people. Like, just like, oh, great. I got the Avatar experience out of this. And it seems like if I approach this game with the right mindset, I can end up having a pretty decent time. But I'm very glad to hear that you guys had a better time with it than originally expected, especially being such a big Star Wars fan, like a massive Star Wars fan. DJ,
I forgot to cover. There is a lockpicking mechanic and a hacking mechanic.
And they both suck.
I actually enjoy it.
Really interesting. Like it.
So the lockpicking, it's different because the only reason why I think you probably didn't enjoy it because they didn't explain it well. There's like, it's not.
Isn't it fucking audio based?
Yes,
it is. It's like a rhythm thing.
You can activate a visual thing, but it's not enough.
At least it's not Skyrim where like it just fucking breaks. Dude.
It's rhythmic, Garrick. It's a rhythmic thing, so you have to like follow this like pop 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 pop.
You're cutting out.
Okay. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, you have to like follow this.
I get the idea though.
Rhythmic pattern as a metronome is clicking.
It's like click 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 beep click. Beep beep click, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and then you have to pick it in that like thing, so like you can't just like get one, you have to pick it in that rhythm, and I think it works. I think it's better than most lock
actually
picking.
the
sounds like it's definitely unique at the very least.
The lockpicking one is the one of the two that I liked more. The hacking I'm fucking weird about. I get it. I get how to do it, but it's just it's insufferable.
Like, the hacking is basically Garrick, the hacking is like Wordle, technically.
Yeah.
So like
much.
You get a screen of glyphs and you get a number amount of tries. So like you'll just pick some random glyphs and it'll be like, oh, this glyph is in it, or if it is in this code, it might be in the wrong position, so it'll be yellow. Or if it's in the right position, it would be blue and it's locked the fuck in. Good thing though, if you choose a glyph that's not in it, it'll just remove the glyph from the side, so you don't have to like try it again, right? So it's a little bit easier than Wordle, right? So like you just know like, oh, okay, well, I'll just try these glyphs. I've actually gone through all the tries one time, and they added a little bit more. So like there's a little bit more if you fail to get it.
I couldn't figure out the repercussions.
They're gracious with that at the very least.
I don't. Okay. I think if you fail that, I think it boots you out. But there's like a portion where I think you have to do it in time. I think there's like a time before you get locked.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Right. Okay.
It's cool though, but there's also accessibility settings, so where like you can just treat them as numbers. Like you can change all the shit to numbers. There's actually a robust accessibility setting menu for this game, which I think I approve of.
I did hear that was a positive as well. Was that the accessibility features were pretty good?
There's a lot.
Well,
there's a fucking plethora of them actually. It walks you through like some of the main ones in the very beginning of the game, and then once you start the game, you can go back obviously and look at it. It's like 4 or 5 different lists of accessibility options. It's pretty fucking thorough, to be honest with you.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Gentlemen, we don't do the number ratings for the video games, but we do have a 4-tier system that we use when we rate the video games on the GKDR, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what is this going to fall under for the people watching or listening at home? Star Wars Outlaws. Is it a play now, wait for sale, or Game Pass, or Ubisoft Plus in this case, since that is an option? Going on deep sale or a hard pass?
I suppose I'll go first. This is a wait for sale Ubisoft Plus for me. It is a really cool game. I am enjoying it. I am having a good time with it. I because I did this on Ubisoft Plus, I got access to the Ultimate Edition of this game.
Yes, and this is a $70 full price title, by the way, folks. It's Ubisoft, so in case you didn't know that already.
The Ultimate Edition is $130.
Yes.
And the Ultimate Edition is the base game with cosmetic stuff included.
And I think a special mission pack.
Yeah, but that special mission goes very quick. This game is not worth $130. It's not. No. I would be okay with this game being 70, but I also think that I had enough, just enough issues with this game for me to say, you're not missing out on something that's going to be huge. This game is serviceable and it does Star Wars very, 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 very well. If you're a good Star Wars fan, but I don't think that this game is going to be winning Game of the Year. I don't think it could potentially get a running chance at best narrative. But this game isn't going to be something that's going to be talked about for a really long time. I don't think that you guys are missing that much. If you're a Star Wars fan, it could tickle an itch, because I'm telling you, the last 5-6 hours of this game are Star Wars as fuck, and it's dope as shit, and you should play this game just for those last 5 fucking hours. And everything else is fucking cool before it. Wait for sale for me.
EJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ernell here. Like, I don't think it's. I can't say that it's not worth $70 because there's just a lot of cool things with it. I just think that it is a smarter decision to just get Ubisoft Plus, because you not only get the Ultimate Edition for this game, you get access to a lot of Ubisoft games, Ubisoft titles that you might want to check out.
Yes.
And if really you can just play the game for a month, and just have Ubisoft Plus for a month, so you're spending around $19 to $22 if you're in the US.
Palatable.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's way more palatable, and it's not a huge commitment, because then you can just cancel. Even if you made it last 2 months, that's still like $44 or $45. You still save $20 technically, and you get a dope AAA experience that I think everyone should at least try. And hopefully you approach it the same way we did when it comes to the stealth action combat, and then lean more into the stealth, because I think you'll have a way better time and just explore what these worlds inside this game have to offer, because it is definitely worth your time.
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah, folks. You have it. You've heard it here officially. It is going to be a wait for sale from the good Kraken folks on Star Wars Outlaws. If you guys are interested in picking that up, that's what we recommend, is waiting for that bad boy to come on sale or go on to your subscription gaming service of choice. So that's our recommendation. Take it or leave it, folks. But hey, what we don't want you to take or leave is our schedule for the remainder of the week, because we do have a few things lined up for you guys for the remainder. We do have a Splash Damage, which is now on Wednesday, so that's going to be tomorrow night. And DJ and Xander are going to be getting together and playing the new Spectre Divide. They are going to be playing that at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. You guys can join them tomorrow night at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show for that. We don't have any content on Thursdays. We've shifted that to Wednesdays for you guys so that we don't have to cancel anymore, because we are seeing more movies, so that on Friday for 20,000 Films Under the Sea, we can review for you guys the new Beetlejuice. As always, that will be a spoiler free review. Please let us know how you guys felt about Star Wars Outlaws at home in the comments below. Do you guys think we're fucking crazy off our rockers and this is really a hot pile of UB slop? Or were we actually did they really deliver on at least a decent product that everybody and Star Wars fans need to try out? Let us know in the comments below, folks, because this has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all of the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that y'all want to hear live each and every Tuesday at Best Coast time, 7 p.m. If you've liked what you've heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you could submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before you go live. Before they go live, not you, before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also support us by going over to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We got to get going, folks, but until next time.
Is that your blaster, or are you just happy to see me?
Okay.